Don't accuse other politicians of setting up a militia.
They also accuse the governing party
you said at the time,
on mistake in judgment in appointing someone that eventually turned out to be somebody in the FC.
Yeah, if you think that this is comparable to Starmer and Mandelson, good luck to you if that's your defense tonight. You said at the time that Tinubu started a militia to sway the election corruptly and that they even threatened you. So how can we take anything seriously you say tonight in his defense?
Your opinion, Nigerians.
So my opinion is your opinion. Sorry, Daniel, it's your opinion.
That was litigated in Nigeria to conclusion, and then as a country we moved on. We are more interested about the deliverables that we have for the Nigerian people, and we look for opportunities.
Nigerians are very concerned about corruption, and Tinubu, you said this, Tinubu and his people created a militia. This is the first time in the history of Nigeria we've seen a political party creating a militant arm leading to election. Your words, January 2023.
Context is everything.
There is no context.
I'm coming. You are quoting the things I said when I was in the opposition.
And I understand that's uncomfortable for you. But
No.
If you want to disown them, that's fine.
For you to ask anything I've
So
ever
does he
said.
have a militia that tried to kill you?
He doesn't have. I never said he tried to kill me.
I myself have received threats from him and his camp. Your words.
I never said that.
You didn't say that. At a press conference on January 22nd, 2023. You're just denying.
I never said that.
Who said it then? A lookalike?
No, I don't know what you meant by that. I know I complained at the time about the conduct of election.
It is not my fault that I am able to recall your words in a way you can't.
But it will be your fault when you read it out of context. Yeah.
If we go home late tonight, context.
Yes.
Tinubu and his people created a militia. This is the first time in the history of Nigeria we've seen a political party creating a militant arm and leading to election. He advised his people should grab by all means necessary the process leading to elections, that they created this militia shortly after that. We have seen violence in Nigeria, and I myself have received threats from him and his camp.
Tinubu never created a militia. Tinubu is one of the foremost politicians in Nigerian history.
Tinubu and his people created a militia. Who said those words, Daniel?
Tinubu has helped in strengthening democracy in
Tinubu
Nigeria.
and his people created a militia, Daniel. Who said those words?
Tinubu brought in leadership skills into governance.
Tinubu and his people created a militia. Who said those words?
Tinubu and his people never created the militias.
So why did you say they did on January 22nd, 2023?
I never said that.
Let's keep going since you're denying words that came out of your mouth. Let's quote some other folks.
My people, imagine sitting in a global spotlight, defending the man you once called a drug lord and bullion van king. But when your own words come back like a boomerang, you twist and turn like a market one dodging rain. Is the ultimate flip-flop fiasco. Daniel Bwala, Tinubu's spokesman, gets roasted alive on Al Jazeera by Mehdi Hasan, dodging past clips where he bashed the president on corruption to genocide denier. The heat was so much, he even compared his switch to the host's job changes, but na lie catch am. This na confirm street news, na waiting we hear with the report. But be sure say na confirm. Abeg, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and drop a comment to help us grow and bring you undiluted news. Today, March 6th, 2026, this explosive Al Jazeera interview goes viral, with clips spreading like wildfire on X. My people, urgency day. Political hypocrisy exposed on international stage shakes trust, especially with 2027 looming. We'll break the grilling moments, trace Bwala's journey from PDP critic to APC defender, explain the ethics of political switching in plain terms, and connect to everyday Nigerians feeling betrayed by leaders' U-turns. Because attention is pressure, and pressure can force clarity. Please like and subscribe to Confirm Street News for accountability, because when spokesmen flip, the truth must stand firm. Here is the breaking update dated March 6, 2026, from the Al Jazeera interview aired globally, hosted by Mehdi Hasan in a tense virtual showdown. Bwala, Tinubu's media aide, faced a barrage. Hasan played clip after clip of Bwala's past attacks, calling Tinubu a drug baron, accusing him of bullion van money laundering, forming militias against opposition, and denying Christian genocide in Nigeria. Bwala denied most, saying, "I never said that," repeatedly, even as evidence rolled. That alone would have been the headline, but the drama peaked when Bwala deflected. On switching sides, he quipped, "In the same way you've moved from BBC to CNN to Al Jazeera." Hasan fired back on policy failures like fuel subsidies and economy. Bwala blamed IPOB for anti-genocide campaigns, seen as Igbo attack, ignoring Bono issues like Chibok. No formal pleas or charges. This was media grilling, but online backlash immediate. Upcoming, more clips viral, calls for Bwala's sack. Confusion cleared. Bwala joined APC January 2024 after criticizing Tinubu pre-2023 elections. My people, this interview turned national embarrassment, with mockery flooding X. Now, let's go chronologically because the sequence matters. Daniel Bwala, lawyer and former PDP spokesman under Atiku Abubakar, vocal critic during 2023 elections, called Tinubu drug lord, accused bullion vans of laundering, militias for oppression, genocide denial amid insecurity. Story builds. Post-2023 loss, Bwala quiet. January 2024, defect to APC, meet Tinubu at Asorok, becomes media aid. Defends reforms like subsidy removal, despite past blasts on the same issues. Public awareness spikes with old clips resurfacing. March 6, 2026, Al Jazeera interview. Hassan confronts with receipts. Bwala denies, deflects. Public reactions balanced. For some, hypocrite exposed, sarcasm. Obedience, PDP folks mock as national disgrace. For others, politics na game, he adapted. APC supporters defend context. Emotional stakes high. Youths feel betrayed by flip-flops. Families recall insecurity Bwala downplayed. My people, this humanizes the opportunism from fierce critic to defender, leaving voters questioning loyalty.
So, what are the rules and laws at play in plain language? Let's break it down. First, political defection. 1999 Constitution Section 68 allows switching parties, but for lawmakers, seat loss if without party crisis. For aides like Bwala, no law bans. It's ethics issue like changing jersey mid-game. Second, media accountability. No specific law for interviews, but Defamation Act, false statements liable. Here, Bwala's denials risk perjury if sworn, but media drilling exposes hypocrisy without legal bite. Third, genocide denial claims. International law via Rome Statute denying atrocities not criminal unless inciting. In Nigeria, no direct law, but ties to hate speech under Cybercrimes Act if inflammatory. Fourth, public office ethics. Code of Conduct Bureau requires integrity, but flip-flops scrutinized, but no ban. Process, probes if corruption alleged, but here, media pressure leads. My people, system emphasizes fairness, free speech, but consistency builds trust. No bias, judge by actions, not words alone. My people, here's the rhyme for the middle of this story. Bwala talk left, now he dey right. Old clips play, he deny with might. Tinubu foe, turn friend overnight. Al Jazeera hit, no escape sight. Politics na chameleon, change color quick. But people eye open, no fall for trick. Public divide sharp. Critics blast as liar. Ex-memes call it disgrace. Supporters, context matters, move on. Reactions viral with laughs at deflections. Divide deep because Nigeria lived too long with turncoat politicians, eroding faith in leaders. My people, when words flip, credibility dips. Now let's bring it down to the real-life stakes for everyday Nigerians. A trader in Abuja struggling with fuel prices once believed spokesmen like Bwala mean reforms help, not just talk. A youth in Lagos, inspired by politics, asks if switching sides normal or betrayal. Wider implications symbolic, exposes elite opportunism. Bwala's flip questions Tinubu admin's credibility on reforms. If aides deny past, how trust future? System must prove competence, transparent leaders, consistent messaging. Accountability means competence leads, no more excuses for hypocrisy. Should spokesmen like Bwala face sack for past contradictions, or is political adaptation fair game? Because that single question is the battle line Nigerians drawing right now. Drop takes in comments, sarcasm or context king. Around Abuja and online hubs, residents buzzing, some embarrassed, others defensive. Even market folks in Lagos feel ripple. If them lie on TV waiting for us. Encourages talk on fairness, leadership integrity. What think you, my people? Hypocrisy or strategy? Sound off. Verified, March 6, 2026. Bwala grilled on Al Jazeera by Mehdi Hasan with past anti-Tinubu clips. Verified, denied statements like drug baron, deflected on switches. And verified, backlash viral, no official response yet. Finally, my people, a chameleon does not change its color without reason, but reasons must convince. Subscribe to Confirm Street News, drop your comment on Bwala's interview, and share this video so accountability doesn't die in silence. We dey here for truth. God bless Nigeria. See you next.
I say, how can you prove that just because a bullion van goes into a person's house and comes out that there is money inside?
Maybe because people said it was vote buying by Tinubu. Tinubu himself said, I gave money to the people. You know he said that?
Yes, I also give money
when
to people
When you give money
myself.
to people, people would say that's vote buying. Politicians, rich politicians give poor
No, he
people
doesn't
money.
give money to people on election day, but he helps people.
But people at the time said it was vote buying. Do you agree with
Who
them?
are the people?
You said,
No, I never said
ostensibly,
that.
I can't believe you still keep walking into this. You said it was done ostensibly for vote buying. Do you agree with Daniel Bwala or not? Please don't lift up a glass of water.
At the camp, that enclave, where they gather.
Are you okay with having the Americans bomb Nigerian people's homes?
I'm not aware of that one.
You're not aware of Morenike Saka, who said, I began to scream for help. I had to crawl my way out of the room. The missile tore through her apartment building, according to the Washington Post. How about Musa Soliu? I was in my room. I was buried under the ruins. I don't know how to restart my life. My belongings are destroyed.
Houses were not destroyed.
Are you telling us that Nigerian citizens are lying about being bombed by the US?
I am saying that the military operation that was conducted on that day was targeted as terrorists, and we hit them.
You have a history of not hitting terrorists and hitting civilians. You know that, right? Your country.
I'm not aware.
Oh, well, on December 21st, the Nigerian Air Force said that they handed over compensation to people who were hit in an accidental airstrike on Christmas Day 2024. Do you just bomb every Christmas?
When and when?
Christmas Day 2024 and Christmas Day 2025.
I dispute that fact.
We'll take it up with the Nigerian Air Force. Let me ask you this. Since President Tinubu came to office in 2023, the situation has worsened in your country. You have a mixture of militant groups, you have bandits, you have clashes between herders and farmers.
We also have
Nigeria is now
incursion of foreign interest in Nigeria.
Nigeria is now the 5th deadliest country in the world. Are you proud of that record?
I acknowledge the fact that we have insecurity in Nigeria, and until the hoax narrative of the Christian genocide, then we began to see back-to-back attack in Nigeria. We had, for the first 2 years of the president's administration, a substantial peace in Nigeria.
Actually, the number of deaths went up on the president's watch.
After this incident of a Christian genocide. And by the way,
when did that begin?
There is no country of the world today that is free from insecurity.
No,
there
I
are
agree.
parts of London
you
can't go in the evening.
Okay, but we're not bombing London to root out militant training camps.
But you have had so many of the bombing on behalf of the United Kingdom by the United States.
Since you're making rather spurious comparisons.
No, the context
11,000 people were killed in conflict in Nigeria in 2025. That is up from 8,700 in 2023. That is a 26% increase in the number of Nigerians killed since your party and your president came to office. That's a pretty awful record.
It's awful. And we're fighting hard day and night. That's one of the reasons why the president traveled to Turkey, where we had bilateral agreement to deal with insecurity. That's why we're cooperating with the United States of America. That's why we're cooperating with any country of the world. The reason is because since 9/11, terrorism is a global phenomenon.
Agreed.
And so every country is involved in it.
But it's getting worse in Nigeria, that's the problem.
I can't say it is getting worse.
You just agreed with me when I gave you the numbers.
No, I
8,700 killed in 2023,
Right.
11,000 killed in 2025. That's getting worse.
How many people were killed in the United States last year?
In conflict-related violence, probably
So this is not
one.
a conflict. This is an act of terrorism.
Okay, so how many people were killed in the United States in terrorism?
Excuse me, sir.
It wasn't 11,000.
This is part of what Donald Trump, many years ago in his first term, classified the Western media as what? Fake news. The reason is because context matter.
This is not Western media.
You
right?
are well
this
aware.
This is not Western media.
Yes, I understand. But
this is the Armed Conflict Location and Event Data, ACLED, the most respected group that counts conflict-related violence around the world.
Let me ask you, where there is a terrorist
I could also
attack,
give you another
that
source.
An armed conflict?
I mean, National Human Rights Commission. This is a Nigerian group. 2,266 people were killed by bandits or insurgents in the first half of 2025. That's more than were killed in all of 2024. You are failing. Amnesty International says you are failing at security. The numbers don't lie.
It's unfortunate, and as a government,
and it's getting worse.
We're working day and night
and it's
to
getting
deal with
worse.
that situation. I don't agree to the fact that it's getting worse.
How can it not get worse if more people die in 1 year than the previous year?
Context matters.
What's the context?
The context is not getting worse.
What?
Yes.
The context is not getting worse.
The context is that it is not getting worse because you see, this is a water, right?
Okay.
If you have the water half, you could say half glass filled or half empty.
Yeah.
Isn't it right?
Yeah.
So the Western media always see Nigeria, Africa, and some of the activities in Africa as half empty. Excuse me. But we see it as half full because when we look at it, and when I say context matter, before the president took the oath of office, we knew the situation in Nigeria.
And you made it worse.
When he made the decision to take bold step to put Nigeria in better trajectory, We were well aware